Welcome to this tutorial on the Kotlin repeat function. In this video, we'll explore one of the most convenient functions in the Kotlin Standard Library. The repeat function serves as a simple and elegant alternative to traditional loops when you need to execute code multiple times. It's particularly useful for beginners because of its straightforward syntax and clear intent. By the end of this tutorial, you'll understand when and how to use repeat effectively in your Kotlin programs. The repeat function is a standard library function in Kotlin that executes a lambda expression a specified number of times. Think of it as a simplified way to run the same piece of code repeatedly without writing a traditional for loop. The function signature shows that it takes two parameters: times, which is an integer specifying how many times to execute the code, and action, which is a lambda function that receives an integer parameter representing the current iteration index. The repeat function is marked as inline, which means it's optimized for performance by the Kotlin compiler. Let's look at the simplest way to use repeat. In this example, we call repeat with the number 3, followed by a lambda that prints the text, "Hello, Kotlin." The result is that our print statement executes exactly 3 times. Notice how we don't need to manage any loop counters or worry about the iteration logic. The repeat function handles everything for us. This makes our code cleaner and easier to read. The output shows "Hello, Kotlin," printed 3 times consecutively. This basic pattern is perfect for situations where you simply want to perform an action a fixed number of times. The repeat function provides access to the current iteration index through its lambda parameter. In this example, we use the index parameter to track which iteration we're on. We call repeat with 5 as the number of times, and our lambda receives the index variable. Inside the lambda, we print the text, iteration, followed by the current index value. Notice that the index is 0-based, meaning it starts at 0 and goes up to 4. This is similar to how arrays work in most programming languages. The index parameter is useful when you need to perform different actions based on which iteration you're in, or when you need to track your position in the repetition cycle. Let's compare the repeat function with a traditional for loop to understand when each is appropriate. On the left, we see repeat called with 5 iterations, using the index parameter in our lambda. On the right, we have an equivalent for loop that iterates from 0 to 4 using a range. Both produce identical output, printing count, followed by the index from 0 to 4. The repeat version is more concise and clearly expresses the intent of simply executing code a fixed number of times. The for loop version gives you more flexibility with the range, allowing custom start points, end points, and step values. Choose repeat when you have simple, fixed repetition needs, and a for loop when you need more control over your iteration pattern. It's important to understand how repeat handles edge cases. First, let's look at passing 0 as the times parameter. When you call repeat with 0, the lambda function is simply not executed at all. The code inside never runs, and your program continues normally. This is useful because you don't need to add special checks for 0 iterations. Now, what happens with negative values? If you pass a negative number to repeat, Kotlin throws an illegal argument exception. This is a safety feature that prevents unexpected behavior. Always ensure your times parameter is a non-negative integer. If you're working with dynamic values, consider adding validation before calling repeat to avoid runtime exceptions. Let's explore some real-world scenarios where repeat shines. The first example shows building a list using repeat inside the build list function. We call repeat 5 times, and in each iteration, we add the index multiplied by 2 to our list. This creates a list containing 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. This pattern is elegant for generating collections with calculated values. The second example demonstrates retry logic, a common pattern in network programming or resource access. We use repeat with 3 iterations, and inside each iteration, we attempt to connect to a server. If the connection succeeds, we immediately return from the function. This gives us up to 3 attempts without writing complex loop logic. These examples show how repeat can simplify common programming patterns. Let's discuss when to use repeat versus other looping constructs. Use repeat when you know the exact number of iterations in advance, when starting your index at 0 is acceptable, and when you have simple repetitive actions to perform. Repeat makes your code's intent clear and reduces boilerplate. However, avoid repeat when you need a custom range with a specific starting point or step value. For iterating over collections, use for each or other collection functions instead. And when you need complex loop control with break or continue statements, a traditional for or while loop is more appropriate. Understanding these guidelines will help you write cleaner, more idiomatic Kotlin code. Choose the right tool for each situation, and your code will be more maintainable and easier to understand.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.